Chain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, not tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is well, everyone is good. Let me make sure most systems go. You guys know the drill. Have a look here. I need to fix my camera. Okay, now let's give this a go. There we go. Morning. Let's get it. All right. Who we got in here? Mark, Matt. Nice. Earl, Rami, Reginald. Nice. Good morning all. Let's have a look here. Start off with the calendar. Today's big day actually. Excuse who we got here. GJ Khalid. Still like that name. Pretty smart play on words, to be honest. Pretty smart play on words. Matt is here. Nice. Steven, Carson. Nice. Everyone's in. Bram. Earl. Good. Let's get it. So today, big day today. Regine even here. All right. Big day today. We have CPI. We're waiting for CPI today. It is definitely. Oh, we even have Dirma in here. Let's go. Didier is here as well. So yeah, unemployment claims and CPI. CPI is a measure of inflation, guys. CPI is a measure of inflation, and it's going to be extremely important information today because we have increased interest rates. So what that means is obviously our interest rates, have decreased interest rates, which can lead to an increase of inflation because that's the whole point. We were increasing interest rates is to reduce inflation. So if we start to see inflation creep back up, it's going to warrant dollar strength because we're going to be keeping interest rates higher for longer. And you're going to see that gold weakness come into the market here. So looking at what numbers are saying, they're expecting numbers to come back a little bit less than expected. They're expecting numbers to come back less than previous, I think we land maybe somewhere in the middle for 2.4, so it's not as bad as last time, but still coming down, but not as good. That would make sense. Unemployment claims, of course, going to be important. We want to see this number come down. They're actually expecting more unemployment, which is interesting to see. So if this comes above forecast here, yeah, we'll see a boost in gold here, and we'll see basically a dollar weakness come into the market. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the analysis here, run down the whole analysis, right? So start off here with the daily time frame here on GJ. So let's have a look here. GJ daily time frame. Previous daily failed to close above our resistance. We would have liked to see the daily candle actually manage to close above our resistance. Want to check that on my broker. We do have a bit of a gap. I think it will be the same. Okay, on my broker it closed above. That's really interesting to see. That's super interesting to see. Check your guys' brokers, let me know if yours closed above or not. So mine did on my broker, which is interesting to see. And yeah, that is definitely a good sign if it's closing above. Yeah, Wanda above as well. So it's a good sign for daily continuation, but we need to start breaking through these wicks here. You know, this is a lot of a rejection zone. So when we go and investigate the lower time frame right now, we can actually find that 4-hour time frame close at resistance. Now this is the same as my broker. We were so close to closing above resistance. This would have been absolutely clean if we would managed to close above the resistance, as we would have daily above and 4-hour above, but we got a bit of an FU candle, it seems, before the 4-hour close. Actually no, this was the candle before the 4-hour close, so just managed to stay below here. So if we bring back drawings, I do believe I have that marked. I do. So yeah, just about close below here the 4-hour resistance. We were close. So for continuation today, we need to find support above that 4-hour. You can see that 4-hour is no joke. It's obviously target, so we're sitting at target today. If we look at previous days, this is an example at being at target, and now we're at target after pulling back and continuing. So yeah, we are sitting at target here. Above here, we do have some clean continuation to fill the wick and potentially to, fill a little bit higher. We do have a previous 4-hour resistance coming from here, which is where our previous wick rejection came from. Apart from that, right now we're in a middle of a pullback phase. Today is bullish bias though. We have previous 4-hour candle closing bullish. We haven't broke the highs, right? We haven't broke the highs yet. And we have previous daily bullish here. So it is a bullish bias. Only issue is we're sitting at target here. So what do we want to see right now? So 30-minute is creating a nice pullback here. 15-minute created its pullback. The deeper this pullback's literally, the better. I do have this 4-hour zone here. I don't know what that's from. That's from yesterday. Is it too relevant? 1 hour is higher. Yeah, we can mark this as a 15-minute. So we'll just change this to a 15. There we go. So yeah, looking for any form of pullbacks here could be nice. We have closed above on a 15-minute above the 4-hour. 30-minute did close above. Did the 1 hour get above? No, 1 hour still has not got above. 1 hour resistance is a little bit higher. I believe the 15 will be, so we have a 15-minute resistance here, which is should match pretty much with the 1 hour. Yeah, just a little bit higher. So I guess buys are going to make sense, obviously above this as well, but you know, that is a bit of an extension move here. We need to be careful buying at these highs. I believe we have a 30 sitting somewhere here. Wick has crossed it, so we'd be looking for a wick fill to continue to this 15-minute resistance up here. Wonder how big that range is. Wick fill 11 pips, range here 18 pips. Yeah, it's not bad range. What about 5 minute? 5 minute, oh, 5 minute is a resistance here. So normally we don't want to have a resistance. The annoying thing with this pullback is this pause candle, because this pause candle will act as a resistance, especially that it's sitting at the 4-hour resistance. So we kind of don't want this pause candle here. This creates us a sort of block zone here, which is going to act as a form of resistance where we could potentially do this before later doing this, or consolidating in here and then CPI making a decision also for the yen. Maybe we close 4-hour candle bearish and we start to retrace some of this move before looking for later buys from somewhere down here. So that's one thing we have to consider that can happen, and we definitely don't want to buy into that and get messed up. So the deeper this pullbacks, the more space we have to buy to here, which then we can see if it rejects, fine, we just get out break even, or hopefully the ideal scenario is we create support and that's enough to take profit there. So that would be the ideal scenario, what I would be looking for here. So we'll have to see how that forms. Does price want to actually get out the range here, or do we want to sit inside of the range? Right now we're testing previous 1 hour resistance here, which would have been nice if this 1 hour also managed to close above, because you'd have 1 hour setup 1 active, and then this would kind of be a retest, so you can start to build the higher time frame picture. At the moment the higher time frame picture is not really being built as we're sitting at 4-hour resistance. Generally this is the most riskiest zone to buy in, is at your resistances. It's the most riskiest zone, and it's where most of your fake outs, failures is going to happen, or just consolidation at resistances here. You can see even in the past we tried to continue. You can go in lower time frame and see those continuations just fail. They just fail, end up coming down. Again, you try to buy setup 2 because you're bullish bias to continue towards the upside, even get a change of structure here, which still fails because of what? Because of this resistance right here. This resistance was a burden. Even though you got the change of structure, which should be bullish to continue, it still ended up failing. So if we apply that same scenario to our current price action, you'll be able to understand that that zone there is kind of going to act as this 15-minute zone right here. So yeah, something to keep into consideration. Previous 15-minute resistance here, we closed below this previous 15-minute resistance. If we close back above it, would be kind of be like your trade yesterday you took, Bram, on USD JPY. So this would be the difference today, is that first of all we're at 4-hour resistance, and we're also at what? We are below the range where you took it back above the range. So that's where you can see the differences in those setups in terms of probabilities. Now moving on to GU. GU is still stuck in that damn range, man. GU is a mess. I think GU is waiting for CPI, and with gold as well. Gold has a bit more volume than GU here, but yeah, this is a mess, man. This is an absolute mess. Ranges are very dirty here. We will mark it up anyways, but overall, look at, there's just 4-hour supports everywhere. 4-hour supports everywhere. 4-hour resistance everywhere. Ideally, we want to leave this zone. If we can actually leave this zone here today, okay, we can start to talk about some opportunities. But look at the 15 in this zone. Shit, 15 in this zone. 1 hour would be kind of the option here. If we want to start selling, I mean, if we can create some sort of volume today and start to come back up to, you know, 3.08 and then create resistance, we can look for lower highs to continue down. Something like this type of setup, but we need the clean candle range, right? We need the clean candle range to give us that opportunity. Wish I held runner yesterday. Yeah, always woulda, coulda, shoulda with trading, but no, position was good. So let's move on to gold now. Yeah, I know how many times I wish I closed and I wish I held a runner, right? That's always the way. But that's why some people just like always to leave 20%. But if you calculate it long term, if that 20% keeps coming back to break even, it's actually quite a burden. you lose quite a bit. So let's have a look at gold here. Gold on the other hand, CPI today. Again, gold is getting into this contraction phase. We've been ranging since yesterday. We're still in the same range. We didn't break the lows here and get any form of continuation. So let's see what's happening ahead of CPI today. So daily candle still ended up closing bearish here, respecting the, not yesterday, the day before low, right? That's yesterday's low when we were looking for continuation. Yesterday we were up here talking about the potential wick fill that we looked to try trade, but didn't get the top wick. If you guys remember, right? We were waiting for the top wick to be able to sell down and fill this wick, which was accomplished yesterday. So plan played out perfect. Today we're still respecting that wick. If you can imagine, continuation will come once we break that wick towards the downside. Now looking at 4-hour candles, we have created supports here, and literally we're just sitting in this range. We're sitting in this range here at the moment, and yeah, that's what's going on. We're just sitting in this range. Move this 4-hour to here. This is a previous 15/4 hours, so mixed bias ultimately here, but we're mostly range trading until we leave the range. Now if we leave the range here at 20.05, I would say 26.05, that is where we could look for that continuation down. Now in terms of structure, we're kind of coming from the lows of the range, sitting at mid-range now. Mid-range is kind of that pivot point. It doesn't, mid-range is where, you know, your mid-range. It's basically making a decision to go up, or it's making a decision to find resistance and go down. At the moment we're doing a bit of both. We found resistance on a 1 hour, but then quickly found support, and we're kind of creating this consolidation here, a little bit of a 15-minute consolidation. If we get above this 15-minute consolidation, I can see us entertain targets towards this zone here. Problem is that's not the cleanest. See how 1 hour looks. 1 hour does look clean above there though. 30-minute not so clean here with this resistance here. Yeah, it's starting. Of course, this range is now starting to get a bit tighter here as we move along. So I'll need to see a little bit more information how price action forms above here if we're going to look for a buy to scalp this mid-range here, to try get a scalp back to the top of the range. Now if we're going to sell back into the bottom of the range, also a difficult task to do. Yeah, it's a tough task. I mean, it does look like it's an option below here. I think CPI will be the real catalyst for us to move today, and I think the market looks like it's waiting for CPI if I'm looking at USD pairs. USD pairs today looking like it's waiting for CPI as we get stuck in the range. It's where we notice a lot of inconsistencies. Of course, if this range starts to open up today, we can look for nice opportunities. This morning we had an actual nice LTA here. This is an ideal scenario to be looking for this inside the range. Why? We're coming from the bottom of the range. If you come from the bottom of the range, it's nice, right? Then a nice little setup 2 here, which is already played to target after the retest. So you won't be able to get into this unless you take it impulsively because nothing closed above. Pulled back, gave you setup 2 with a setup 3 as well. So that's a nice setup. And then gave you to the highs here, 20 pips for 19 pips stop loss. So that's a nice little 1-to-1. What time did that happen at? Interested? 8 a.m. All right. So now we kind of completed those 2 moves, and now it needs to make a decision. So when you read price backwards now, you're going to understand what's happening. So it's made the move of where we broke out, retested the highs. Now it needs to say, okay, what's going to happen next? Does it want to try continue through this move? Or do we want to start to create resistances here and start to make ourselves back to the bottom of the range? Back of the bottom of the range can give us opportunity to again buy, or we can start to see possible ways to entertain sells back into the bottom of the range if we start to pop up and create resistances, right? So that's basically the analysis here, both on gold. So CPI, I'm going to reiterate CPI. If you guys don't know what CPI is, inflation data in the US, meaning inflation has been a rising problem. Fed's target is 2%. And in order to combat inflation, they increase something called interest rates. Interest rates, bank rate, lending rates. They increased that to over 5.25%. We can see we're sitting at a 5% now as we reduced 0.5% last month, right? Last month, we had the first reduction in over 4 years. Shift in economic policy to where now we saw a rate reduction environment. So obviously the Fed want to continue reducing rates to help boost the labor market. They want to see the labor market start to recover as the labor market started to slowing down. And we can see their forecast coming in actually higher than previous as we start to see the labor market still carry on those effects. So what we want to see is that basically the Fed want to see that inflation is still able to come down even though they reduce interest rates, because higher interest rates battle, right, and they tackle high inflation. So the Fed want to say, okay, I have reduced interest rates, can we still see inflation come down while interest rates have also reduced? So if this number ticks up today, you're going to see gold strength come into the market, not gold strength, sorry, dollar strength come into the market, and gold start to become weak and probably start to revisit these levels down here at around 83s, at around 90 to 83, somewhere into this daily support here, especially into this 4-hour support zone. You'll see price revisit that and start to complete this move towards the downside if we see inflation do what? Tick up. Now that makes sense on the dollar because dollar has been extremely bullish, so it would make sense for the dollar to continue its rally back into these highs here of 103, 500, 10. But remember, we've been in this downtrend here, so it wouldn't be a surprise to see that tick up into here and then find resistance and maybe make its way towards the downside. We could find resistance and make its way towards the downside. Right, so that's something we have to consider. Or we want to roll over just from here. It's also possible we want to roll over just from here, which we will of course see based on what the news comes out as. So yeah, that's the overall analysis, overall plan, overall breakdown, fundamentals, technicals, and trading plan for the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you did, you know what to do. Appreciate everyone showing up as always. Can we do the YouTube business? Leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. Hate to say it, and yeah, let's get it today. And yeah, let's get it. So let's see. All right, put up scam likes. Yes, we also must remember the war situation around the world for gold. Any push down could be a good buy. Yes, exactly. We could see that buy opportunity come in if we start to push down, right? That's obviously bringing us into more interesting levels as we start to move down. It could be more opportunity to continue at least minimum bounce plays, right? Can you do DAX analysis? I was actually supposed to do my DAX analysis. I do trade DAX. I have been looking at it. Something I might want to implement soon. I actually talked about with the guys potential. What's this? Okay, thank God. I thought my screen was broken. I got scared. I talked with the guys about swing positions from here. Yeah, it did actually play out quite nicely that, but I'm not used to swinging DAX. But yeah, intraday positions. Obviously, daily very strong bullish candle close here. Pushing up pretty nicely here, testing, breaking structure. Right now, obviously, we saw this across all the stock market, US 30, similar push up, NAS, SPX, all of our, stocks here, especially US 30, having that push up from that consolidation range. So breakout here on US 30, and then we got the same thing on DAX where we got that push up yesterday over New York. There was actually a nice option in New York here. Holy crap, if that was held. We were speaking on the New York Zoom yesterday. After the live stream, we continued the Zoom call for like an hour or something. Speak about 5-minute candles leaving this zone here, closes above. Holy crap, that was a position and a half, wasn't it? What is that? 1,600 pips? Well, points. 160 pips basically. So right now we're kind of cooling off a bit, right? We're seeing a bit of downside pressure. Previous 4-hour close bearish, previous daily close bullish. If we want to see any type of support, we need structure to be created. Otherwise, this can start to retrace some of this move here. So in order to get retracements, we'd like to see some form of structure formed. Right here, we have a support formed here. So it'd be good to see closes below here to get continuation down. 1-hour close, you need to wait for first, I would say. And then once you get the 1-hour close, any type of structure, you can look to trade some of this retracement. If we're going to get buys, what we need to see is bullish structure formed. Possible buys above 280, maybe even above here. We'll have to see how, you know, 15-minute candles close, etc. Right? But if this 1 hour candle closes below structure here in about 2 minutes, you know, then yeah, that's how it is. I appreciate the live stream yesterday. No worries, no worries. I hope you guys enjoyed New York live stream yesterday. Yeah, a few people said 8 minutes into New York live stream and get a win. Yeah, it was pretty nice. So a little bit different than London session. I mean, yeah, straight away got a win yesterday on New York live stream. So it's cool. It just shows a point that, you know, there's more to the picture, right? Harry, is it a good idea to place a buy stop above the consolidation on gold since gold breaks so hard? The problem is that it doesn't always break so hard, right? Let me show you something. Because what if you put, here's the consolidation, what if you put a buy stop here, you would have been triggered, stopped out. This can happen again and again and again. What if you buy stop this high here, you would have been triggered, stopped out. You see what's happening? What if you place the sell here, yesterday you would have been triggered. If you put a sell stop at this low, triggered, stopped out. You know, what if you put a buy stop above this high, you would have been triggered here, stopped out, then it would have went. It's very tough. You need to be very careful with that impulsive type trading. It's dangerous. This is what I was talking about, guys, the pullback, right? Everyone goes and buys this, and this is a good point to actually show Bram. This will help him. Yesterday's trade you took will close back above the range. Look at the difference and look where we retest today before continuing down. Right? So when you took that same buys yesterday, it was key that it closed back above the range. Many people will miss out on this point, and even people will take this trade where they buy, set up 2 here, trying to continue into 4-hour resistance and think it's a good trade, and maybe it plays out today. I've seen that happen. It has a probability to play out, but this is the scenario that you're trying to avoid, and having a strategy that demands you having certain entry criteria will avoid you from this randomness that is a probability. Because I know this before taking the trade that this is going to be a potential loss, but obviously if you don't follow those rules, then you're just going to gamble with that, which is where you lose long term, right? Can we take a trade confidently with a bottom nipple wick? Yep, you can. Nipple wicks are perfect as long as it has a wick. I just need the motion of, hey, let it open and break the high, basically. You know, even if it's a nipple wick, I don't mind. I just don't want to open and it gaps opened and then I have to enter 2-3 pips from my entry. Like, you guys can see the difference. Yesterday in New York, when we took the buys on stream, these buys here, we had a nipple wick on this candle. On my broker, there was a nipple wick on this candle, but even with the nipple wick, people were getting triggered up here, up here, up here. Although yes, it did play out, you know, did play out pretty nicely, but even with, if you have a wick here, it's gonna grab liquidity. That liquidity is gonna give you accurate orders. I've actually noticed that. You will see spread widen. You'll see spread widen if there's no wick. Like, not always, but it does play a role, you know. Especially because price is moving fast. So when I see price moving fast, spread normally widens. What is a nipple wick? Just means small top or bottom wick. Means a small top or bottom wick. Harry, I put a buy limit on 2600. 2600 buy limit on gold. Depends on where your stop loss is. Let me see where your buy limit is. 2600, 600, 600. Pretty random spot. It's just a key level. I don't really like too much the buy limit there, as it's not protected by any structure. I'd prefer something coming into like this little demand zone or something here. I'd like to see price pull back into a demand zone before you try and do any type of buy limits. As here, you're just buying into a wick, and it's a little bit risky buying into a wick here because this is where your buy limit will be, and then what happens if it fails? Where are you going to be wrong? So you can do that, but you have to be wrong somewhere. You have to be wrong somewhere. So always have a plan of where are you wrong, and then that's okay. All right, 1 hour candle closed, right? Yeah, 1 hour candle closed bearish here. So typical when we're at 4 hour resistance to reject it. It's pretty straightforward. and normal to happen. So we'll see how price forms in this range. Let's see how DAX ended up closing the 1 hour. 1 hour closed pretty nicely on DAX. Any 5-minute structure creation on DAX here and then closes below should give you sells on DAX. Should give you sells on DAX. So anything closing, if this candle can close bullish here in 2 minutes, which it looks like it is, and then closing below that should give you some sort of sells. At least down to maybe previous 15s, previous 30s. Now that's just a retracement move. Higher time frame was still bullish. So if this wants to fake out back inside the range, it's also valid to look for buys, but we need changes of structure because right now we're in a 5-minute downtrend. Will you be trading NY today? No, we only traded NY yesterday. And yeah, that was a special for you. Congrats to everyone who showed up yesterday. It was yeah, a successful session. I mean, it was a simple move yesterday, man. It was just a simple move yesterday. Just something we take a lot of the time, set up one. And yeah, happened during NY, you know, clean little trade. Nice for you guys to see it, you know, since you guys only show up for London. There was only 200 people though. Well, yeah, not everyone will get to see it. Sounds like I need to stay up and trade NY. It's just cycles during the year. It will come back. We actually covered the same cycle, how London was a pullback phase and NY was the continuation. So we did that in our last webinar. Did you watch the backtesting webinar? That's exactly what's been happening the last 2 days. London being pullback phase, NY being continuation. So I saw that happen the day before, how London was a pullback phase. Look at this. London was a pullback phase, NY was continuation. Yesterday, London pullback phase, NY we took the buys continuation. So we profit off that analysis. We talk about this exact same scenario in the webinar, right? This we actually, and same October as well. It's nuts. October last year, same trends we saw there. Right now we're seeing something similar. London pulling back here. Can't really sell because we don't have selling plans here inside of this chop. But if this is going to pull back again, guess what NY is going to do? NY is going to set up for buys. Any suggestion on how I should backtest NASDAQ and DAX? You should use Pip Labs. We have NASDAQ and DAX. So definitely test that out there. And that's going to be your best way to actually to backtest it. We're working very hard on this simulator. I know I haven't talked about it. Well, I have, but you guys really need to up your game and start getting on a simulator. It's going to change your trading. I promise you that. And you wait and see. You wait and see what version 4 is going to bring. We're going to have a lot of features on version 4, but I have a gift for you on this, as I always have too many gifts. But one of the gifts now is I allow you to test US 30 for free. US 30 you're allowed to test for free. So that's my gift, is that you're allowed to test US 30 for free. So if you want to practice on an index, you can. We do have NASDAQ, we do have DAX as well here. So yeah, you can see here DAX, NASDAQ, and then US 30. So yeah, test it out. You can go ahead and practice US 30. Shout out to Antonio. Indeed. He's working hard version 4. What are you going to be trading today? I'm going to be trading my pairs. Will you bring your indicator onto Pip Labs? I meant to ask. Yeah, so when version 4 deploys, we're going to be adding indicators one by one. A lot of people, we've got complaints, people saying, yo, why don't you have this indicator? You have to understand, community indicators that are made by other people, we can't steal it from them and put it on our software and then sell our software. It's illegal. So we need them to either add it or give us permission. All Tradingview indicators we can have because Tradingview has given us a license. So just understand that point. If there is popular indicators you want to be added, we can manually add them, right? That can be done. You know? But yeah. But I see a lot of people miss out on backtesting in their own trading, and it's a detriment. It's a detriment to not practice the craft. I don't see myself being where I am today without practicing this craft. Either it would have just taken me too long, like holy crap, just losing money on a daily basis, because you're not really practicing if you're here trading with emotion, which is going to be the case when you're on the market trading with real money. You're not going to learn anything. The only thing you're going to learn is emotion, which is a big part, but you need technical side first. DAX created support waiting for break. Not need break, close. Need a 5-minute close. So if code and indicator, you guys can add it if I allow you. Yes, but the problem is it can't be coded in PineScript because the software is coded in Java. So we would have to manually code. No, Antonio would have to code that into, have to code that into Java. That's the only problem. I practiced on GJ on January 2023, man. They were set up 1-2 like every single day without any messy zone. Yes, that is market cycles, man. So if you stay in the market long enough, you'll get it. Remember, we've also changed policy. We're coming close to elections, so markets just generally need a bit more adaptiveness. It's just you'll get the setups, but they come different times of days and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the whole reason of backtesting. For indices, do we look at 5 or 15-minute close below? You can do both. I tried to use volume profile. Volume profile is not connected as our data provider has not given us volume profile. We're trying to get it sorted for V4, but they're being super difficult to get volume profile. So now we're trying to speak to another data provider, Dukas Copy, and see if we can get volume profile from them. How would US elections affect the market as both candidates have complete opposite policies on corporate tax? It would affect more anticipation with the dollar. Obviously, Trump has a big effect on energy prices. That can lead into also affecting the dollar. The dollar can then affect overall markets, right? Mostly the reason for around the elections is just going to be general people waiting for that event to be done, if that makes sense. So generally they'll just be sitting out on election day or 2 days before, 2 days after, letting things settle, then getting involved. But TradingView indicators are built on PineScript. How to integrate in TradingView? No, TradingView licensed us those already integrated. We didn't have to integrate it. When we get the TradingView license, so we get a license from TradingView to use their interface, it's already integrated into that. What's your view on CPI? CPI, if you see numbers of inflation come back lower, you'll see what? You will see dollar weakness come into the market. Right? Actually, you see dollar, what would you see? You would see, you see dollar weakness come into the market. You see gold actually pop up from here. If you see numbers come back higher for CPI, you're actually going to see some dollar strength come back into the market. Not come back, but continue in the market. That's what you're going to see. This dollar strength continue. What type of trader are you? A zone-to-zone trader? I mean, isn't everyone a zone-to-zone trader? Because if price doesn't move from one zone to another zone, you're not going to make a trade, right? So you bought the API from TradingView? No, they give you the whole code. So it's integrated. It's not an API connection. It's integration. And to privately get that API connection will cost you about $20,000 a year. $25,000 a year for, not API, sorry, for Tradingview integration. But of course, you can work a deal with them and you promote their software, you can get it cheaper. But if you are going to use that yourself, right, if you're going to use that yourself, then yeah, you need to pay $25,000 to use their system. But you need to have a proper setup company. They don't give it to anyone. You need to, you know, they do a whole background check, everything. It took some time. It took probably about, for them, from discussion to them getting us, like giving us the license, it took probably around 3.5 months. 3.5 months of discussion and checking before they finally gave us the license. Yeah, 3 months. Does the PipLab demo have trial limit? Of course, you only get 1 month of data. You only get limited 3 pairs. And you are limited to most of the features, but are able to see the features. I missed NY session. Nice bonus NY stream yesterday. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. We do those NY streams every Wednesday in the exclusive group. So something new for you guys on YouTube. But yeah, it was a good thing to show you how I trade NY, and to your big surprise, it's not anything different, right? It's not anything different. We ended up taking the GJ buys here on stream yesterday. It was quite nice GJ buys. Tapped this 30-minute here, was waiting for volume, and this is where, like, London right now would flip, put us in drawdown. Yesterday we had solid volume here in New York to where we could just create structure above. And last minute, the 5-minute candle closed above, which was very nice to see. As long as we respected this 1-minute structure here, which I think I draw right now. Yeah, as long as we respect this 1-minute structure, should be able to continue up. And that's what happened, right? We tapped this 1-minute structure, and then boom. And only 9 pip stop. 9 pip stop is always very, very juicy. Very juicy to get 9 pip stop. Why isn't setup 2 valid in GJ currently, and what makes it invalid? There's no setup 2 in GJ right now. We're bearish. This candle's closing bearish. Trying to pass 100k funded. Any quick tips? Gonna take it slow. The question is, do you have a profitable method? Have you proved profitability to yourself? If you've not even traded profitable once in your life, then you're probably not gonna pass it. You're gonna need to use it as a learning curve, which is totally fine, but expect to fail. And that is actually gonna be a positive thing, because it's gonna highlight in your weaknesses, which you can improve on. So try your best to actually run a structured process. Follow the structured plan to your best ability, so that you can exactly find where are the spots you're failing. And then if you do fail, you can then take a next challenge, which you'll have a high probability of chance of passing if you fix where you were failing in the past. So this is going to be extremely important, A. And B, if you do already have a structured method and you have traded profitably before, slow and steady wins the race. You know, there's no rush. Remember, you're not trading for any money. Treat it as one trade. You're not going to be paid for passing phase 1. You're not going to be paid for passing phase 2. Only time you're going to be paid is when you actually get the payout. So that means that, you know, when you're treating phase 1, you have to treat it without preserving capital. So what I mean by preserving capital is, let's say I was to take a trade, right? Let's say I was to take a trade and it's coming towards the end of the week, and I want to be paid for this week because I need to just secure capital. It's a nice thing. I want to grow my account over time. On a funded account, doesn't matter. You're not being paid. So it doesn't matter if at the end of the month you're gonna lose 2%, or it will be better to make the opportunity to make 2%, right? The opportunity cost is gonna be worth more. That's pretty much it, to be honest. I mean, previous bullish candle doesn't work. We close inside the range, so it's invalid. Of course. That's what we were explaining, right? I was telling that to Bram yesterday. He took his trade on USD JPY, closed above. This is the difference. Look at where do you think this wick retested? Watch. See, it retested the resistance, failed. Also, many people tried to buy. We tapped 4-hour resistance, guys. Target is met. Remember that webinar we did backtesting? The one this week, last week? What did we talk about? If you come to the market on a day like today, this is the day where it's the hardest because we're trading at resistance. So buying at resistance, does that sound like a good idea in your head? It's never really the best idea, right? I decided to trade one session to become consistent. I used to overtrade, which I want to give thanks. That's good, that's good. Harry, any idea MQL5 for MetaTrader 5? Interested to make my EA Meta 5 EA? What, do I know how to code MQL5? No, I don't. I don't. When should we consider a break as traders? When to know when we're burnt out? This is a very tough question. If you were to consider the typical thing of burnout, then I could see myself as burnt out for the last 2 years, you know? But it's not how it works. I mean, I think we're too weak as many, not we, but I think men these days are just generally too weak and they don't put in enough effort and they think that they're going through burnout. Realize that there's no real such thing. It's about mental capacity, right? It's about mental capacity. Will we wait for setup 5 buys now since we have strong pullback at bias is bullish? Yeah, we could look for that for sure. DAX setting setup 3, or do we need to wait for close below? Well, that's how I trade DAX, is I would wait for a close below here. There's also no top wick on the 15 is a threat. But minimum you'd need this 5-minute closing below and then trade his break of 5-minute low. I'm not sure how this will work with no top wick. Broker has. See how it looks. Doesn't have on my broker. Looks like it's not closing below anyways, but you'll see in 25 seconds. Close below the 5-minute body or the wicks. The body is enough, but you want a deep, like, you know, where my mouse is would be nice. The deeper the close, the better. Especially that you know you're trading a bit, it's not counter bias, it's a mixed bias. We're more bullish today. You know, so this is kind of a, obviously going to be a riskier move. Like this close is not going to do anything for you. Very hard to take this move. Only other way you could trade is just to go higher time frame, trade it off a 30-minute as well. Like you can take the sells, makes sense, but not on a 5. You just take it on a 30 or a 15, right? You don't always have to use 5. Burnt out is a state of mind as traders. I think, yeah, you just have to, I mean, you need to take breaks in trading. I think taking breaks is extremely useful. I think too many people don't take enough breaks in trading. They try to make too much happen and just put themselves into a hole, because the more you push yourself, the more you start to see inconsistencies and try fix them, and you just force yourself to get these expectations that you set on yourself, and you say, I need to get profitable, I need this, and you don't allow things to happen because you need, and you force it to happen, and you just rush yourself to failure, and then you just end up burnt out and losing all money, and then you just quit. Where you could have just taken a week off, reset, and come back fresh. Like, that's all it would have taken. So yeah, breaks are very important. For indices like DAX, when we backtest on PipLab, should we be looking at sessions? If so, what session is best for DAX? I'm only familiar with NASDAQ. If you're not familiar with DAX, then don't trade it. You know, there's no point. You know, it's a London. Please understand fundamentally what DAX is. Right, DAX is the German exchange. So when do you think the best time to trade it is? Is probably going to be the best time, which is going to be Frankfurt Open, which is 22 minutes ago, and London Open, right? Yeah, so this you could take off the 15. That's the only way you could be in right now. 15 minute. Yeah, 15 minute. $15-minute setup 1, 4-hour pullback. To be honest, you know, with such a bullish candle here, that this pullback could just be the liquidity for London to continue up bullish, and you're looking for buys. Buys above these structural points. That's what I've seen happen a lot on DAX. These type of moves on DAX are very interesting when you've had a very big push the day before. GJ at target, very tough GJ at target. Ideally, we wanted to consolidate here and break above the 4 hours so we don't have to deal with this 4 hour. Gold is ranging here. Let's see if gold wants to close above here. PS, I won't buy gold. Yeah, gold is, I mean, I wouldn't mind taking a fake out setup as well. See how DAX, see if it faked out because 5 minute didn't close below. Let's see. Yeah. 5 minute didn't close below, fake out. I'm starting to catch on to it now. Do you trade support and resistance? I trade price action, but what I use for my levels is support and resistance. Harry, Bitcoin, any buy opportunities? We're losing that 60. If we lose that 60, it's game over. It's game over if we lose this 60. This is do or die where we are right now, man. This is it. This is it. We lose this 60k, it's done. But yeah, if you rely on the 60 to be held, then you could try buy out from here. Man, we have no clean ranges on GJ, huh? All these small resistances here. We need to build some clean ranges. This is the perfect scenario right now, if to take buys to get this pullback and then change of structure. Then we can buy above here and rely on volume to push through here. Otherwise, I expect this to probably come up here, potentially reject, consolidate until it leaves here. So here's going to be a question mark. Can we break through here or can we not? That is the question. If not, we're just gonna play one shitty choppy range like this until probably CPI. I'm 1,700 away from passing 50k funded challenge with stop step. Nice, 5% up basically. Started on Monday, 4 trades and all win. Nice. Keep it slow and steady wins the race. If you start to lose, right, then make sure to start to reduce. Don't let yourself go back and draw down on the account. Very important. Your YouTube videos helped me pass my 100k challenge. Thanks, bro. Oh, I'm really happy to see that. Yeah, we had one of our guys in the group pass their challenge this month as well, which is very good to see. So yeah, definitely results keep on coming through here, and it makes me very happy. Very, very, very happy. Especially with such a tight-knit community. You know the results are just not from volume. What's the yellow line, support and demand? They're my levels from daily down to 15-minute. Harry, it was great seeing you stream yesterday morning. I know that's extremely rare. Yeah, we do it in the exclusive group, but on YouTube I did it as a special yesterday. And it's nice as a bonus. We got to take buys and everyone got to profit off the buys. That was nice to see as well. Been a while since we took a setup one, but yeah, New York was just different. I'm saying, look at the difference between ranges in New York and London. You can see New York clean range here, close above, continuation. It's just market cycles. It's how it works. It's long-term how it works, and then you come back to London, and for 3, 6, 7 months, I mean, it's just a matter of that. Which funded company you recommend? Stick to the big guys. Where most of the guys in the group funded FTMO, 5%ers, all of that stuff. Gold closing above, yeah, I don't trust it. Just on the close above, I want to see like a thunderstorm or something with all this 5-minute resistance here. I want to be careful. Remember, this is in the middle of the range here. If we're going to get a fake out, we get it here. 30-minute close looks good, but it's below this. You would look for a wick fill here. Would like to see some sort of, I mean, the 15 does look juicy for sure. How big is the stop loss on that? 20 pips to this wick is 17. That's not bad. Well, a little bit bigger now. Have to see if we can get some form of thunderstorm here would be good. Otherwise, we'll just reject this 5-minute resistance and come back down. We will reject the 5-minute resistance and come back down. Or maybe it doesn't even close above. Who knows? We will only know in 26 seconds, which is why we wait for closures. Thank you for your advice, Harry. Really helps me come here morning, listen to your analysis, learning a lot from your content. I'm happy to hear that, man. Do you have a video on how to draw horizontal lines? What's the recommendations? Yes, I do have a video on my YouTube channel. It's called Support and Resistance Zones. Oh, wow. Look at this, guys. This is why you wait for closures. Close below. Closed below. Very important, guys. Did you see that? Last second. Everyone impulsively enters. We'll see if they get fucked now. Because close below the resistance. Now 30-minute means it closed. 30 minutes still close above its own resistance. But if you take this trade, you have to take it with 30-minute stops now, because you're trying to base it off 30-minute. 24 pips, stops on 30-minute, 35 pips in the middle of the range on a CPI day. But now if we can close this candle bearish and the next one close above, yeah, this gives me confidence. But look at these wicks, how they're declining like this. Right, you see this? Boom, boom, boom. It's getting weaker, weaker, weaker. Give me a sec, go toilet, come back. And right about now, I close full there. About to close full soon, guys. You'll see it when I close full. I close full there. I'm done. No greediness. Nice, nice, nice. You know what? I'm done. I'm closing it here. There, closed. Beautiful push, 17 pips. Okay, I'm not greedy. I'm out. Let's go, guys. I'm out. Listen to the beautiful sound of close. And look what I did, because I'm a naughty trader. I added a second entry, and we'll hear that close as well. Thank you very much. Coming very close to stop loss. I'm watching it. If this 1 minute doesn't reject, then it's gonna be me out. And yeah, that's me out. GG, well done. Boom, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Let's go. You know what? I'm taking it, guys. I'm taking. I took it there. There we go. Nice. I'm out, guys. Let's go. Okay, here we go. I'm out. That's it. Finally. Thank you, gold. And TP is on the way. Let's go. You know what? I'm out, bitch. Thank you very much, sir. And right about now, I close full there. About to close full soon, guys. You'll see it when I close full. I close full there. I'm done. No greediness. Nice. You know what? I'm done. I'm closing it here. There, closed. Beautiful push, 17 pips. Okay, I'm not greedy. I'm out. Let's go, guys. I'm out. Listen to the beautiful sound of close, and look what I did. Because I'm a naughty trader, I added a second entry, and we'll hear that close as well. Thank you very much. Coming very close to stop loss. I'm watching it. If this 1 minute doesn't reject, then it's gonna be me out, and yeah, that's me out. GG, well done. Boom, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Let's go. All right. So GJ rejected last minute as well. So this is where we want to see change of structures here. Otherwise, just can roll over, and we continue that trend of pulling back during London, like we've seen the other days. Geo also trying to bake out the range. Yeah, but this Geo is a complete mess. I mean, it could be a possibility, but holy crap. If we lose, we're going to lose inside of these type of shit ranges. Look at all of the 4 hour you're buying into. Holy crap. I mean, if you do get a perfect close here, that's your opportunity. Perfect close only. Perfect closes only. Oh, 1 hour resistance right here as well. Holy shit, man. There's just resistance everywhere. There's resistance everywhere. I'm gonna have 100 lines on my chart. I guess the only trade here is a little scalp. Is if you can get a 15-minute candle closing above this resistance, you have around 3 pips to the 4 hour, and you have around a 4 pip stop loss. So ultimate scalping, big boy lot size you'll be popping on that. Big boy lot size. To no surprise, gold has rejected, messing up everyone. Like I said, did not close above, everyone gets messed up. So this is where following your plan protects you from this randomness. Right? This is where your plan protects you from the randomness of the market. Because if I didn't have a plan today and I just wanted to buy above highs and lows, you're losing so many times. Take a buy, lost, you know, all of this stuff. So you have to be very careful. Very, very, very careful. Geo, you want set up 4 cells? Interesting. I think 9 minutes, if this candle close above, you can try the buys back up to the top of the range, which can lead into sells later. Buyers today, previous daily did close bearish here. Previous 4 hours closing bullish, can give a little bit of a move up. Overall, we look a little bit more bearish postured than bullish postured, that is for sure. We'll watch your YouTube videos and learn stuff? Yes, be sure to do that. I appreciate everyone showing up to stream. If you're new to the stream, be sure to leave a subscribe. You guys know the drill. We stream Monday to Friday here. Yesterday I did a special stream for everyone in New York. We got a nice little GBP JPY buys. Hopefully we can get something similar for London today. CPI day though, let's see what we have in store from us. Otherwise we won't hang around and we'll just chill, man. Just chill, and yeah, that's the best we can do. I walked in just as you guys were closing. Ah, shame. Morning, Harry. I've been trading for years. When should I think of buying a 100K account? Do you feel ready? Do you have a strategy? Do you have something that you follow? Then just take the leap, man. You're gonna learn either way. As long as you follow the structured process and an approach that will allow you to get better with achievable goals, then you're just gonna get better anyways. Even if you fail the challenge, you shouldn't be scared of failing if you did something that's gonna progress you. Failure is gonna be, if you can outfail other people from following a process that allows you to get better every time you fail, you're gonna be the winner. You're gonna be the winner because you would have outfailed your competition. And your competition in this is you. You don't archive NY streams, can't find it in the live tab. Oh, I just changed the thumbnail because I have OCD. I have OCD. Go to my YouTube channel, check yesterday's live second. This is the second live from yesterday. 9th of October, 9th of October. The second live. I took GBPs expecting London Open to push price. I think it's a bit random, bro. I notice you trade very impulsively here. To try remove that impulsive habit is gonna bite you long term, for sure. For sure, it's gonna bite you long term. Because now what are you doing? Closing break even. What's happening? Right? You're up maybe how many? 3 pips here. Now what? Now you're back in drawdown. What are you gonna do? You're gonna hold. You have no closure confirmation, right? You're now below 1 hour. All of these thoughts have to go through your head now of what are you going to do long term here? Just going to let it loose? Remove the randomness from your trading so that you can feel comfortable in adverse scenarios in the charts, right? Should I buy straight to 100K or start from 5K, 10K? That's personal finances, man. That's a question you're gonna... that's a question you have to answer yourself. Harry, as a trader, would you say that you are 10% apart from the 90%? What's your key takeaway from becoming a profitable trader as you are now? Patience and following a very structured approach in the market. I don't set the expectations that are set on the industry of how much people make, how they should be doing. That is not applicable to me, which separates me from the 90%. Because the 90% have higher expectations than they should, which lead them to failure. The 90% follow methods that don't actually work because they're being sold into a dream, sold into a false reality. And that's what separates me. That's what separates me. Harry, why did you put London thumbnail on NY stream? Because I have OCD and I want my live to be all same. Look at this, all same I want. Back to back same. It looks satisfying. This looks like nice liquidity grab for sells on GU. Where's your selling range? What are you looking for as your selling range? It does, it does. But where's your selling range on GU? You're gonna sell into these supports and then get caught in all of this range here? Is that your plan? Right? Because the problem is that, yeah, it could work, but you'll just have to hope that this candle you take is the candle that can do the work and not just end up how price action has been chopping. What about DAX sells? Let's have a look at DAX. DAX sells 50-minute double rejection. You're selling into the rejections here, so you need to be careful with that on DAX. Has 5 closed below yet. Yeah, we do have a 5 closed below. Hasn't broken the low just yet. Needs to break the low, but selling into rejections can be tough. Can be tough, can be tough. But you need to break the low minimum because these rejections will be like lower time frame supports, you see? You see that? So yeah, you would need minimum to break lows. And then it can make sense, you know, coming towards the, well, now it's a 50-minute close, 15 closing above. It's not going to be valid anymore, right? Now we're just consolidating a bit. To be honest, if 15-minute candle closes above here, I think buys would be better. Buys would be better if 15-minute candle closes above. Yeah, close above. Gold, gold, gold. Look what happened to gold, guys. You see that? Holy shit. How many people took buys here? Look at that. Absolutely wrecked people who took buys, right? Who inspired you to trade? Trading in crypto. So crypto inspired me to trade. Do you have any Telegram group? No. I have a free one, yeah. I mean, in terms of general. Do you only take trades if there's clean candles in the move or it breaks a key area? I want clean candles because that will be my trading zones, right? What is GJ doing at the moment here, Mr. GJ? I'm just wondering, why do you say holy shit? I mean, is there shit like that? No, there isn't, but it's a saying. It's a saying, it's a saying. So many people getting messed up by London ranging markets? Yeah, I mean, people will be. They just don't understand the process. They don't understand the process of waiting for a plan and seeing the plan play out. Like yesterday, the good thing about streaming New York to everyone yesterday is it proved that point. It proved that point that I'm not just sitting here doing nothing. The minute my plan comes, boom, I take a trade and it ends up, you know, higher chance of winning. in market conditions that are going to be favorable, which happened yesterday in New York. If the same thing happens today in London, I'm taking a trade. Sorry, you can't stop me. It's how it's going to work. I'm going to follow the process. We need ranges to open up here. We're all very tight-knit. GJ is tight-knit. This is what I was talking about, GJ rolling over, right? Has the chance to roll over and end up forming a range here, which is very dirty. You can start to see it, look, roll over, reject lows, until we break this support down here. Once we break this support down here, should open up a bit and start to move a little bit. If we're gonna counter trend sell, then it will be below here, counter trend sells. We have about 15 pips to here and 20 pips to the low of the range, so we can sell below here. We can sell below here. We'd be breaking second structure as well on 15 and yeah, on 15 only. Actually, it would be 30 as well. Yeah, it would be small on 30. But mostly on 15, definitely break of second structure. Break this, break that, break all of this. What's your percentage return on a daily basis? I make about 50 to 100% a day. You know, sometimes if it's a good day in the market, I'll make 1000%. Really good days, 2000% return, you know. So yeah, you know, absolute billions are made, billions. I mean, how much should we consider return on capital? Look for 1% a day, man. 1% a day will keep the bills away, bro. You know, if you're gonna lose, look to lose 1% a day. If you're gonna win, look to win 1% a day. That's the best. 1% loss a day will not hurt you. 1% win a day will also not hurt you, right? And then in terms of if you have a big capital, if you have small capital, then look to you know, look to risk a little bit more, I would say. Look to risk a little bit more. USD JPY sells look nice. Let's see. Yeah, it would be counter trend, I believe. Daily bullish, 4 hour bullish. Yeah, counter trend, same as GJ. I think on USD JPY, you need to watch this level here. I have some lines. It would be the previous 4 hour if you're gonna try the counter trend. So yeah, just watch that level there for counter trend. If not, I like the buys if we change of structure from down here, try to go back up. Same thing on GJ. It's a little bit smaller though. They're moving exactly the same. Harry, don't you think NY price action is a bit different? It is a little bit different because we have a 4 hour close, but the whole concepts are the same, right? Otherwise, I can't trade in NY. Yesterday, I showed you guys how I traded in NY. It's the same. I didn't change anything. That's a setup you've seen me take 100 times, right? You've seen me take those setups. Nice little thunderstorm here, to be honest. What do you think about trading with AI that's talked about these days? You think that could be real? I think it can be real, but the problem is that that will take time for the machines to learn. In terms of, it's scary. I do think in the future finance can be ruled by AI, but if that's the case, then we're fucked. I'm telling you that, man. We'll have no control over anything. As if we have control over much now, but you know. Why did we not sell gold? What was your plan for selling gold? What are you going to take a sell with? Nothing, close bearish. This 5 close looks interesting in a minute here though. If we're going to go aggressive today, this is going to be the one, I guess. Damn. Close below 11. Five minutes before the 1 hour. It is 5 minutes before the 1 hour, but that's what you would expect. Last push. I mean, it'll be a scalp here. It's the only way to trade in this range. The lower we get here, we're just trading into support. So it's either like you go sell now aggressively or you don't sell. You just wait. You stay out the range. I mean, didn't close below. We'll have to see. At this point, we might have to wait for the 1 hour here, boys, which will give a 15 close below, but knowing gold, there's a high chance it pushes below, but the risk level of this, breaking this low here, is high. High risk, high risk. This would be a shot and a half, I tell you that much. Yeah. I see it though, but holy, it's a nerve-wracking position, this. High stress position, this. Problem with AI, you can lose all your capital in one trade. Yes. 1 hour closing below would have been perfect. Yeah. I mean, it still has the chance here, but as I said, today you had to go aggressive on the 5. That's your option. If that's something you want to do, then yeah, that's it. It's high nerve-wracking position, man. But it does work, you see. It does work. But the stress level on that is like you're losing a % fast or you're making it fast. I still do think we have a chance with this 15 though. 3 minutes. 30 as well if it can close below here. London open, right? We can just get some nice volume, especially if it makes aggressive top wick. We shall see. Because here, you know, it's very aggressive to take this position straight into support, you know. I see the vision. I've seen this happen before, but holy crap. You have to be like, fuck it type thing, you know. Like, I don't mind losing this today. What happened with GU? Mess. I'd say if you're not going to be fast today in closures, then there's no point of trading, because today's the kind of day you want to be aggressive with break even. For sure, you want to be aggressive with break evens today, because if something is not pushing directly, then it's kind of, you know, it's kind of going to be shitty. It's going to be shitty. See, this is why this position always scares me, man. Like, if that didn't push you into profit and that happens, like, you're done there. This is game over, right? Didn't close below the support, so I have to follow rules for a reason. Personally, I think it'll come a time where scalping and trading on lower time frame will be hard because of algos. They're already hard. You place a trade from higher time frame supply and demand. Yeah, that's always a good thing to do, placing trades on higher time frame supply and demand. But this is why we don't trade lower time frames, right? This is why we trade an intraday, not intraday, intra-session move. Intra-session move. I appreciate everyone showing up to stream. I wish more of you could have made it yesterday's stream. We had a pretty fun New York session. Eight minutes into stream with a win. I hope we get that soon in London. But yeah, nice to see though that at least I can show you guys the full picture. You guys only get one session of the day, but hopefully we can do something more here. All right, so gold here, change of structure. 1 hour time frame is closing bearish here, but above support. 30-minute closing bearish. 15-minute closing somewhat bullish. All of this resistance here. I wonder if this change of structure is enough for it to pop up. Possibly buys back inside the range could be an option today. We are mixed bias, I believe. Yeah, previous 4 hour bullish here. So yeah, back inside the range would also give us a 4 hour flip. Yeah, it's also back inside the 5-minute range, because if you think about price action right now, if we want to create resistance, we're going to create resistance from any one of these points right now. Any one of these points right now, we're going to create resistance if we want to continue down. If we want to continue bullish, we should be able to close back inside the range. If we're able to close back inside the range, even using lower time frame like 5-minute, then we can look to potentially scalp to the top of the range. So we see what happens here with this reaction. Does it turn into a rejection? What's happening? You can see it react already. Shall see. It's just ranging, Harry. It is just ranging, but we're trying to navigate the range the safest way possible in order to give us an opportunity today. And if there's no opportunities, that's totally fine, because we're not here to force trades. We're here to make money. And when the market allows us to make money, we'll make it. Today is CPI day, so we have to be very careful here. We have to be very careful. You see the rejection here? If no one pointed that out, you guys wouldn't notice that. Buy into that rejection. Now sit in drawdown. That's uncomfortable. When you put in uncomfortable situations in the market, you make emotional decisions. Emotional decisions make you lose. See how GJ closed on the 1 hour here? So it closed bearish here, not below key level. 30-minute close, doji basically. If we break the lows, it's a form of setup 3. Again, I want to see us leave these ranges down here if I'm ever going to consider sell, since it would be counter trend. How did GU do? Yeah, GU is just an absolute chop fest. How did DAX do? Let's have a look at DAX. London Open is not a time you want to trade DAX. It has like whipsaw. It's almost like news, to be honest. Oh, it did push down eventually here, but this was the London Open candle, I'm guessing. Yeah, this was the London Open. You can see the whipsaw, right? I mean, you literally push into like 13 pips profit. Stop loss here is about 14. I mean, yeah, not a time you want to trade London Open. Now if we start to break above this resistance, we will get a fake out. This will be the liquidity grab for London to continue the move bullish. How do I fix my pip calculator? Mine is showing big numbers on what pair? You just have to calculate it mentally. You have to calculate it mentally. I can show you how to do that if you let me know what pair. I appreciate everyone showing up to stream. We got a few chances at pips this week here. Hopefully we can get some more stuff in London. Make sure you show up as much as you can because it's going to be about the long game. We've been here for 1.5 years. I mean, most of you probably are OGs here. So you'll get to see the whole process of us taking trades from entry, exit, TP. I need to post yesterday's link while I'm at it. I'll just do that in the journal here. So yeah, let's see what we can cook here. Let's see what we can cook. After CPI, I expect tomorrow being Friday to have a nice Friday, end of week here. Tomorrow we go full margin Friday. Full margin Friday tomorrow. Be ready. Be ready. Redeposit Monday is coming. Alright, this is the sell opportunity might come through, huh? If we break the low, it would be like a setup 3. We've retested the highs here. $20 pips is quite a big stop loss. Give us stop wick, please, sir. Would love a top wick here. Would be ideal for me to look for potential sells. I don't even have on broker. Don't have on broker top wick to attempt sells on a 5-minute candle here as well. So I'll be needing that, which is coming through now. Get a little bit deeper. We are trading a 5-minute. How risky do I want to go today? Should we take a risky trade? Yes or no? I can't make my mind up. Can't make my mind up. No, don't take it. Whole account. It would be re-breaking this 5-minute low. Yes, with aggressive management. Yeah, you could go aggressive management. Like literally push you in profit. If it doesn't push you and if it starts to come back on you, you can just say I'm done. Now it's making deeper. The deeper the top wick it becomes, the more it starts to make sense. What's the plan for gold? I mean, if you re-break these lows, you have a chance to pop down a little bit from here. If this 5-minute candle closes bullish on gold, it eradicates the idea. You wait for a 15-minute close here in around 7 minutes. It's probably a win, but RR not worth it. Yeah, you just have to hover stops, like aggressive stop loss. Like this, 15 pip stops. Close at about 10 pips. Try make 0.5% or something. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. These are the positions you want to hesitate on. It's healthy to hesitate on these positions because they're the ones that are riskier. This is good if this 5-minute close is bullish, because then we can just relax and take it on a 15, which is going to be, you know. Twitch streaming, and I like your current gold bias. Nice, nice. I'm not Twitch streaming, I'm YouTube streaming. If you're streaming on Twitch, what game are you streaming? I hope Counter-Strike. If you're not streaming Counter-Strike, then you need to check your testosterone levels. He's streaming you, is he? Then if he's streaming me, he'll have 100% best viewership. Yeah, quite choppy market conditions here right now. Right here, right now. Yo, Harry, I was up 1.3% but lost it yesterday back to break even. Unfortunate. You should have joined our stream. And then you would have been, you know. This week's learning how to stay out of the markets in London. It's been the last few weeks, to be honest. Actually, no, we have been in the markets quite a lot this week. Friday, we had a good GU trade. Monday, we had a good GBP JPY trade, but managed it where it got break even. I think unless you didn't have a break even plan, there's no way you'd be out of that. And then we had two New York trades wins this week, which was nice. The sells we had on London, we actually had also London sells that we took post stream. Then we also had the sells that we took in New York win, and then we had the buys yesterday we took in New York win. So actually a pretty okay week considering London has been slow. It's actually position every single day, sometimes two. Friday was my only trade this month, was a banger. Yeah, it was good. You trade news, today's CPI? Yeah, I know it's CPI. I don't gamble with news. It's not my way. It's not my way to trade. I trade with structured method. You guys see how disciplined I am in the market. You think I'm going to start gambling on news? You see how disciplined. Think I'm going to start doing? London session doesn't suck, man. London session is the best session. You just have to be patient. When she delivers, you guys are going to make so much money. That's the point. Most of my money is being made in London session. To be honest, all sessions are good, man. All sessions are good. They all have their good times and bad times. I have traded New York for like 6 months straight. And sometimes in New York, I would lose my ass. And sometimes it wouldn't move. You know? I was the most profitable in London session because I removed news from my trading. Harry, besides trading, do you participate in other forms of gambling like sports betting? No. The only gambling I participate in is poker. That's it. Right, 50-minute, 2 minutes to close. Can we close below? Try streaming agent session next? No. This will be too much. This will be too much. People will be like, holy shit. This is watching paint dry. Help me. GJ, stop spamming GJ. GJ is in range. Harry's discipline is in next level. Well, ask yourself this. Ask yourself this question, guys. How many London streamers have you seen survive for amount of time with consistency? Showing you entry, exit, TP. Not just showing you some BS. Ask yourself that. Right? How many people have you seen hold consistency? And it's probably the lack of discipline and the lack of that, you know? That's why not many people stream, because they just can't hold consistency over time. It's because expectations get too high, people want too much out of them, and they fold. Now, the problem is because you get taken away from your vision. What is your vision? Who do you want to be? You guys need to ask yourself that question. You guys need to ask yourself that question. Who do you want to be? I bet a lot of you can't answer that question. A lot of people reflect on other people. I want to do this, I want to do that, but you can't. Most people have not reflected on themselves. If I asked you right now, who do you want to be? What motivates you? What gets you going? A lot of people can't answer. What makes you most angry? What gets you motivated? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be someone that inspires? Do you want to be someone that is someone who achieves financial goals? Do you want to be someone who, do you want lifestyle? Do you want security? Do you want, depends what you want out of life, and you have to answer that question. Now, those things can change, right? You might start with being, you want to live a lifestyle, right? But then later on you want to start making an impact. That can change, but you have to start defining that, because remember, the only person you have to live with is you. That's it. You only have to live with yourself. All right, let's see what's going on here. Potential sells here, 15-minute give stop wick. I'll probably want to run aggressive stop loss. Let's see here, top wick made. Yeah, probably gonna give it aggressive shot here, break of the lows. Guys, be ready to be fast with break even. This is not a position where we look to hold, alright? This is not a position where we look to hold. Stop loss above the highs. Aggressive with break even. If you're not gonna be aggressive with break even, don't take it. Alright, I'm in. I want to see this go now. If this doesn't go, I'm gonna close it. All right, a little bit of a rejection. Yeah, this is not the rejection I want. I didn't have enough time to close that. Yeah, this is the rejection I was worried about. Yeah, I was worried about this rejection, but I didn't have enough time to close that, so I'm still in here. If I can get down a little bit more, I'll look to manage this position here. 5-minute candle closes soon. We want 5-minute to close bearish. 5-minute doesn't close bearish, we have problems. Depends how this 5-minute close. Yeah, ranging day. Probably shouldn't have taken gold on CPI, coming to think about it. Coming to think about it. Five-minute candle close here, 32 seconds. If we can close below, we look good. If we can't close below, we have issues. No top wick. Guys, if this flips, I'm out for -7 pips. If this flips, I'm out for -7 pips. We'll only lose 0.2% at that point. So very, very small loss at that point. Let's see. All right, I'm out. Took me out there. -7. Very, very small managed trade. Gave it a shot. Happy with that. Only -7. Only -7. That's really, really well managed here. Only -7. Original stop loss was 22 pips, 20 pips. Only -7. So lost a third. 0.3. Well managed here, boys. Well managed, well managed. Happy with that, to be honest. Yeah, London session, man. London session. Have to be super aggressive. We said we'd give it an aggressive shot. We had our confirmation. 15-minute candle close below. No continuation. We be aggressive. We get out. We get out. We get out. We get out. That's it. We're done. So we manage that trade. And we get out. Perfect. Happy with that. CPI day. No messing about. No messing about on CPI day. So I'm very happy with that management. Took a sell here, setup number 1. Yeah, very happy with that management. Avoided a loss here. We have to be aggressive. We gave it a shot today. We saw it push in profit. This was too close for my entry to manage 2 pips. I can't do anything with 2 pips. And then we avoided the loss here. Right? That's it. There's nothing you can do. You have to give it a shot sometimes. The opportunity was there. We had range to go down. If you're not going to manage, then that's your problem. You have to manage. So yeah, this was good. Happy with that. How's GJ doing? Ranging. GU also ranging. Gold starting to pop up now, which is why we managed. Gave it a shot. Not bad, not bad. I'm very happy with that management. If we didn't manage, this could have been a full loss, right? But we still gave it the shot. We still gave it the shot. Very happy with that. Very happy. Came in clutch. Managed to get out. And that was it. This could have been the retest. We could have continued down bearish. But no. Price is bouncing up from here. Being inconsistent during London. What we've been seeing. And the best we can do in this scenario, manage. So happy with that. See how much I lost on that. $250. Yeah, I'll take that. That's nothing. Yeah, we had to give it the shot there, see what happens, and then we be aggressive. Like we said, we would be aggressive. Got the 15 close below, back inside. With volume, we should continue down. Continue bearish. At least to test this 1 hour, and then we can manage at the 1 hour. 1 hour close bearish, 30-minute close bearish, 5-minute as well close bearish, breaking through lows. Nice, nice. I like that trade. It was worth a shot. DAX gave entry. I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah. This is the entry on DAX. But very close to that previous 15 and the previous 5. So, oh, but the wick tapped it. It's interesting. That's interesting there with the wick. It makes it interesting. Obviously, in hindsight, this looks like a good setup here. But in reality, it's interesting. Because you would be worried about this rejection wick here. So, I wonder in the situation, would you take it? That's my point. I'm trying to think, would I have taken that in the situation, or would I have been put off by this rejection wick? 8 pips to the rejection wick, or 80 points. Stop loss here, 200. I might have break even at this wick though. I think that's the way I would have taken it. Did 15 close? Yeah, since 15 closed bearish at that time, then it would allow me, since the 15. Yeah, just go B and rejection wick. Since it closed bearish, right? If it didn't close bearish, then no. Then I'll probably hesitate to take that one. Time was this? Oops. $11.15. It was worth the shot with the profits I had this week, especially with our aggressive management. I knew I could get out, or worst comes to worst, I have to take the L, but it was worth the shot to try get continuation. If London wants to still range, then that's going to be it. That's going to be it. GJ ranging. DAX is dropping pretty good here for all my DAX traders. Where are we breaching into now? Now you need to start looking at 4 hour zones. So here's your previous 4 hour. Watch this 4 hour. Happy with Tradesharpe. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, host to, yeah, win-win for that management, guys. Holy crap. avoided a dangerous scenario there. We avoided a dangerous scenario. Definitely a good spot to execute what we did and to read price action like that. Sometimes, it's always worth it to give it a shot in the market. 0.25% not going to hurt you long term. It's really not going to hurt you long term, right? So you have to give yourself a shot. And if you're, like I said from the beginning, if you're not ready to manage fast, I mean, this we didn't need to manage fast. I just dragged stop loss to above the flip and then got stopped out. I mean, minus 7 pips ain't going to hurt anyone. Especially on this type of move. I took minus 10 with spreads. Depends where you entered. If you entered and got slipped, you took how much? Minus 10? Yeah, it's not bad. 3 pip difference, especially with this entry if you entered a little bit later or you got slipped. Depends on your broker. Did pop up pretty fast. But luckily we planned this before it happened. I'm glad we didn't, luckily we said, listen, if this flips, we're out. So it's all good. You're losing a lot less than you would if you were to hit full stop loss. Full stop loss here was above the height, 21 pips here, 21 pips. So you save a lot there, you save a lot. And that's important. Now the upside we had, again, 21 pips towards the downside, 1-to-1 to tap this support. Should have been target down here at this 15 support. So you get your 1-to-1 and continue. Same trade as yesterday, but just the opposite way around. Could see this. Nice support creation, close above, continuation you look for. Which broker you have low spreads? I use IC Markets. They do have low spreads. I'll tell you my gold spread right now. My gold spread on IC. Let's have a look. Gold. 0.4 pips. 0.4, 0.5. Just now spiked to 0.6, 0.4. GJ is 0.4. GU is 0 pips. Pepperstone works too with low spreads, so that's good. Yeah, everything. GJ is ranging. GU, I believe, is still ranging here. Yeah, GU is still ranging. Holy crap. GU is actually super dead. You're blessed. I'm always having 2.5 spread on Black Bull. Holy crap, that's a lot. 2.5 is too much, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot. Bro, you immediately enter your trade in, let's say you're using a 10 lot. You're immediately $250 in drawdown. Like, come on. That's too much. So let's say you're taking break-even trades. Unless you go real break-even, you're losing $250 every trade. That's like a lot of money. It will add up over time. Is 10-point spread too much on EU? It is too much on EU. That's too much for EU. CPI day, man. CPI day. I bet I know what's gonna happen. We manipulate the lows. High chance we're gonna manipulate the highs right now. Probably come back up, fake out as well back in the range, and then get choppy. Yesterday NY Live 900 people watching. No, yesterday NY Live 200 people watching on yesterday NY Live. Do I have live count? No, I don't have live count. But yesterday 200 people watching. I took this gold bit risky after a loss. Let's see what you took. Let's see. Took it there, just buying straight through. What's this based on? Some 1 minute stuff? Yeah, you need to have a plan towards this. Doesn't follow any of my rules, so I can't tell you what's the probability of that. Impulsive trade. Breaking through the highs. 1 minute close, I guess. You're taking just the 1 minute close. But if it wanted to be very nasty, it would range back down. Which prop firms have the best spread? Alpha Capital has 2.5. Quantecal has 2 on gold. I don't know. How much does FTMO guys have on gold? All my guys trading FTMO. How much you guys have on gold? Two. Okay, 2. Well, yeah, I guess it's the same then. 2 seems to be the average. 2 pips spread. That's a lot. Holy crap. Holy crap. If you're trading FTMO, then don't take aggressive shots. Don't take aggressive shots. No point. Because it's not worth that spread. It's not worth that spread. 7 on Vantage. What? Does it say 7? 7 means 0.7. You heard of GeoMarkets or Tickmill? Tickmill, I think I've heard of the name, yes. But I haven't used any of them, of course. Noted that yesterday? Yeah, exactly. Can't really do that. Doesn't make sense. It's tough, but we have to give it a shot. GJ is still stuck in this range, trying to make its mind up. Finally, it's trying to move up. Geo also finally got some volume in it. Something's happening now on the charts. Yeah, so we're seeing everything pump simultaneously. That's what I was telling you before. I don't like when all of the things are simultaneously tied together. Because if something else happens on another pair, look what happens on this pair, right? So we see GJ pumping, we see GU pumping, we see gold pumping. Which is bad when they're all simultaneously together because you don't have any opportunity to be in one position without losing in another, right? You have to be right amongst all three pairs. Yeah, I guess the wick fill here, I'll journal that for myself. Wick fill is an option here. On Meta, it says under quote spread says 7. Is that 7 pips? No, that's 0.7. 70 would be 7 pips. 70 would be 7 pips. I am in GJ buys. GJ is going up. Okay, okay. Good luck, good luck. I think once you get this 15-minute close, you should be okay. I think you probably took it off 5. Yeah, as long as we can cross this 5-minute resistance, you should be fine. How big is stop loss? 19, 20 pips? Where's the 15-minute low? Here. Let's see. 21 pips. GJ thoughts? It seems to be bouncing now. It seems like we've got something. I wonder if anything was said. Nothing's really said. Seem to have a little bit of a bounce here. GJ is just tough in this range, man. We don't really have open spaces, you know? We're just buying into all resistances. The only range we had today was gold downside here. This was a clean range on 15, 30 minute as well, clean. 1 hour had at least till this 1 hour support or this previous 1 hour. I've seen this happen on CPI day. Be very careful. Price will close above here, break the highs, maybe come up to break this high, end up faking out as well. Be very careful CPI day manipulation. $11.15 was it? Yeah, it was. Imagine a fake out go opposite direction. Yeah, it is actually a high chance, to be honest. You see it rejecting right now. Some sort of GBP strength just came through right here. Look at this 5, sneaky 5 above the 1 hour catalyst. Look at these rejections. Very interesting volume. Are we seeing that same volume in GJ? I would assume so. No, GJ is not as fruitful as GU right now. Anyways, I don't want to be caught in any more chop. Gave it one shot for today, and that's it on a CPI day. Give it one shot. If it doesn't want to continue, I manage accordingly. We talked about this. We said how today we want to try a risky option, and we tried it, and that was about it, right? That was about it. Managed it, and that's the best you can do on a day like today. And that's how you trade exactly when, you know, you're trying to give yourself risky options. It's the power of leveraging profits from the beginning of the week. 2 wins we have in the beginning of the week. Have some profits to play with. Can risk, you know, out of the $1,000+ risking 250 ain't gonna be too bad. Now today, yeah, if I hit full stop loss, annoying, but we did agree that we were going to be aggressive with management. Ideally we got a little bit more of a push so that we could just get our break even if it came back. So let's see what ends up happening. Let's see how GJ ends up continuing here. Oh, nasty. Whoever took the GJ buy, bro, sorry, man, sorry. This is why you need to be careful with this bullshit, man. Holy crap. You guys see that? That is nasty, man. Yeah, markets are being very nasty here in London. Look at that. Just a quick whip, 24 pips FU candle towards the downside. GJ hit my stop loss, -5 pips. Come on, bro. You weren't running -5 pips stop loss. So yeah, nasty little FU candles there. I wonder if GU had that same move down. No, GU is on a different mission today. GU is saying, I am finally trying to break out this range. To be honest, if I'm looking at this, I mean, if this creates a change of structure resistance, you could actually sell this move back down. I know it sounds crazy, but you can sell this move. Is Bank of Japan talking? Oh yeah, oh, of course we are. Bank of Japan is talking. Be careful, guys. Bank of Japan is talking. Japan economy started to move again. Japan policy, yeah. I want to stay safe out of this. Let's see what ends up happening with gold at CPI here, and we'll react accordingly. So appreciate everyone. Take care. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow. End the week strong, and London session cleans up. So appreciate you all. Take care and speak hopefully very, very soon. Peace. See you guys. Take care. Take care.